Hello everyone. In today's lecture, we will see the point in boundary layer theory, that is boundary layer separation. Now, we have seen when a solid object is placed in a flowing fluid, there is a formation of a thin layer of a fluid, which is called as the boundary layer. In this thin layer of fluid, the velocity varies from 0 to the free stream velocity in the direction which is normal to the solid body. This fluid, which is adjacent to the solid surface, has to do some work, and against the surface friction at the expense of its kinetic energy. The fluid which is adjacent to the solid body has to do some work, due to which it requires more kinetic energy, and this loss of the kinetic energy is recovered from the immediate fluid layers, which is contact with that fluid layer which is adjacent to the solid surface, through which process, through momentum exchange process. So the velocity of the layer goes on decreasing. So along the length of the solid body, at a certain point, a stage comes when this boundary layer may not be able to keep itself stick to the solid body. That is, it cannot provide the kinetic energy to overcome the resistance which is offered by this solid bodies. So the boundary layer gets separated from the surface, and this phenomenon is nothing but the boundary layer separation, and the point at which the separation occurs is called as the separation point. Okay, in this figure we can see that the ABCDE is a curve. This is the boundary. This is a curve. Okay. So the force acting on the fluid in the boundary layer are three: the inertia force, the viscous force, and the pressure force. So now we will see the effect of the pressure gradient on this boundary layer separation. So this is explained by considering the flow over this curve, that is ABCDE. In the region AB of the curved surface, the area, you can see here, the area of flow is decreasing. This line is the edge of the boundary layer. Okay, this area is goes on increasing. Sorry, the area of flow is going on decreasing. Okay, as the area of the flow is decreasing, the velocity in this region increases. Okay, this means that the flow gets accelerated in this region. The flow gets accelerated in this region. But due to the increase in the velocity, the pressure gradient, that is dP by dx, in the direction of the flow is negative in this region. Okay. Now, as long as this condition is there, that is dP by dx is less than 0, the entire boundary layer moves on to the forward direction. Okay. Now, as we move, we can see in the region BCDE. In this region, the pressure at point C here. No, sorry, the here. See, in the at the point B, in the curve A, in the curve BCD, at point B, the pressure is minimum. Along this region, CDE of the curved surface, the area of the flow is increasing. As the area of flow is increasing, the velocity of the flow along this direction is decreasing. Now we know, due to the decrease in the velocity, the pressure is increasing in the direction of flow. That means here dP by dx is greater than 0. That is, the pressure gradient is positive. Thus, this curve, that is CDE curve, the pressure gradient is positive and the velocity in this curve region along the direction of flow is decreasing. Now, we know that the velocity of the layer adjacent to the solid surface along the length of the solid surface goes on decreasing because kinetic energy of the layer is used to overcome the frictional resistance of the surface. To overcome the frictional resistance, kinetic energy is used, and thus the velocity of the layer which is adjacent to the solid surface decreases. Thus, the combined effect of this positive pressure gradient and surface resistance reduces the momentum of the fluid and is unable to stick to the surface. Now, a stage comes when this momentum of the fluid is unable to overcome this surface resistance, and thus in that case the boundary layer starts separating from the surface. Now here in this figure we can see point C is the separation point. The flow is taking place in the reverse direction. See, this is the separation streamline and this flow is taking place in a reverse direction, and thus the velocity gradient is 0. Now, the location of this pressure separation point, can be determined by using the velocity profiles. Okay, now note down, when W by WY, when Y is equal to 0 is negative, the flow is separated. Okay, the du by dy is equal to 0 is the velocity profile. When this du by dy with respect to y is equal to 0 is negative, the flow has separated. When du by dy when y is equal to 0 is equal to 0, the flow is on the verge of separation. And when du by dy is positive, the flow will not separate or flow will remain attached with the surface. See, there are three conditions which helps to locate the separation point. A velocity profile can determine whether the boundary layer is separated or is on the verge of separation or will not be separated. So in this case, when du by dy with respect to y is equal to 0 is greater than 0, we can see here the boundary layer is not separated. It is attached with the surface. Therefore, when du by dy with respect to y is equal to 0 is greater than 0, that is when it is positive, the flow will not separate and flow will remain attached to the surface. Now, when du by dy with respect to y is equal to 0 is equal to 0, here we can see at point B, it is on the verge of separation. Okay, it is on the verge of separation. So, at this case, the flow is on the verge of separation. But when du by dy, when y is equal to 0 is less than 0, that is when it is negative, here we can see the flow is separated, the boundary layer is separated. Therefore, du by dy is less than 0, at that case the flow has separated. These are the three conditions which helps us to determine whether the flow boundary layer is attached or is on the verge of separation or is will not separate. Okay, now we will see the various methods of controlling the separation of this boundary layer. First is acceleration of the fluid in the boundary layer. This method consists of supplying an additional energy to the particles of the fluids which are being retarded in the boundary layer. We know that why the boundary layer separation is occurring, because the less energy is available for the particles to stick to the surface. So by accelerating the energy, by adding the energy, it can allow the particles to stick to the boundary layer. This may be achieved by injecting fluid into the region of the boundary layer from the interior of the body with the help of some suitable device. See, it is achieved by injecting a fluid into the region of the boundary. This is first method of controlling the separation of boundary layer. The second method is suction of the fluid from the boundary layer. In this method, the slow moving fluid in the boundary layer is removed by the suction through slots, so that on the downstream of the point of suction, a new boundary layer starts developing which is able to withstand an adverse pressure gradient, and hence separation is prevented. So second method of prevention of the separation of the boundary layer is suction of the fluid, slow moving fluid from the boundary layer. The third solution is motion of the solid boundary. The formation of the solid boundary layer is due to the difference between the velocity of the flowing fluid and that of the solid boundary, right? So, as such, it is possible to eliminate the formation of boundary layer by causing the solid boundary to move with the flowing fluid. So, when the flow takes place round a bend, the pressure gradient is generated and there is a tendency of separation at the inner radius of the bed. Okay,